So with that being said, Anthony, there's nothing left to do but to welcome you to episode 6 of the Big Fat Tattooed Dad podcast. I'm sitting across the table today with Anthony Derice. Dude, I'm super happy to have you here.
I'm very, very excited. This is crazy.
Good,
and cool.
man.
Yeah.
yeah. So I've known you like a year, maybe a little better, maybe a little less. You know, you are a staff member bartender down at, one of my favorite spots, Legends Rest in Westbrook, a mile from my house. You've dealt with plenty a drunk, fat, tattooed dad in the past.
Yeah, no, I definitely have. I remember like the first time I met you, you were like, "Oh, would I look hot with my hair blonde?" And I was like, "I'm Anthony. It's nice to meet you too."
That's a pretty typical Matt thing to do.
Well,
And I think like the next week I had my hair highlighted. Yeah,
and it was probably because I said, "Yeah, do it."
Yeah, probably.
I'm just so influential.
Yeah, all I need is a little bit of influence from my cute gay friends, and sky's the limit.
Yeah. Hey, eyes up here.
I say, so we're definitely going to cover, a multitude of things. I know that you've been an activist for a long time. I know that you've worked in a couple different places, and you've seen a lot of different stuff, and you've met a lot of different people, in your time. How old are you?
26.
26.
Yep.
Damn, is it weird that I think that 26 sounds young?
No, because you're older than me.
I am older than you.
So maybe that it's not that weird.
26. I think
I feel old because I'm older than I was yesterday. So
I discussed this with somebody. Oh, dude, Mike Reynolds. He's a bouncer downtown. Isn't it weird to think that next year that people born in 2000, when you ID them and it reads 2021, like it'll actually be okay for them to drink at your bar?
It's super weird, and also like it's weird because it's also offensive because like they have no idea like what Zoom is. Or like any cool shows back in the day, so it's like, how can I even let them drink at my bar?
For a second, I was like, "What are you talking about? Zoom is how they do school right now." But I see what you're saying.
The old school Zoom.
Yeah. Oh my God, all that, dude.
Yeah. Like they just don't know, and that's really hard for me.
Dude, I totally. Dude, it's so crazy because obviously, I have 3 kids.
Right.
Between the ages of 1 and 9, and like I look back at, when I was, so my oldest one, he's not quite 9. He'll be 9 in a couple of weeks. But I look back when I was like 9 years old, and I would say goodbye to my guardian at like, 10 in the morning during the summer and not come back until like 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m., when it started to get a little dark outside. And that was fine. We could all ride our bikes with our homies like all day long, whatever city you lived in, and it was like completely fine. And now it's like, Carter, did you charge your tracking device before you left the house today? It's so wild.
Yeah,
or even the shows that they watch, man. Like, I know looking back at like Rugrats, like we definitely find some filth, for the adults.
100%.
But I feel like it's like in Teen Titans Go and like all the shit that he watches, I feel like it's so much more like in your face.
You think so?
I personally do, yeah.
I mean, I don't like watch like many children's shows, but
Sure.
But like, yeah, no, I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or even like the one of the most notable side characters in Rugrats, the doctor's name was literally Dr. Lipschitz.
Yeah.
Like, 1, that's the cartoon getting away with saying shit, and 2, it's the cartoon getting away on a slant Jewish joke.
Ooh.
Dude, it is. It 100% is.
And I feel like back then, unfortunately, Jewish jokes were just very prominent.
Dude, I saw a meme today that was like, oh my God, I haven't seen this show since the 90s, and it was a girl with like a PlayStation paddle in their hand. Obviously like going through Netflix, like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show. Like, oh, I didn't realize that slant racism was okay. Oh, I didn't realize that Jewish jokes are still okay. Oh, this show's actually just terrible. And there's a lot of shows that like I don't completely divert myself from watching stuff just because like now it might not be 100% PC and okay. Sure. Like Friends. I just rewatch. I've rewatched Friends probably 25 times, probably once a year for most of my life.
Yeah. When it left Netflix, I had like a
separation anxiety.
Several moments.
Yeah, dude, same. And but I just watched Friends like last year, and there were so many just like minute scenes where I was like, that wouldn't fly right now.
No.
Right. And it's just crazy because like I grew up in a very diverse group of friends, and we all watched the show, and so now I think back like, was that offensive to them back then before I had like the clarity that I have now or the understanding that I have now,
right? It is also funny too because I feel like as I've always loved comedy. Yeah. Everyone's always like, be a comedian. And I'm like, okay. But I haven't yet. And I just find it like hard to draw the line because I do think that inappropriate things are funny, but I also am so passionate about like being PC and, educating myself and everybody else around me. So I don't know if there's like meant to be a barrier or if it's meant to be like, oh, you can kind of joke about this when you're in this realm of, I don't know, like comedy, like stand up and shows and movies and stuff.
So for me, I'm also a huge fan of stand-up comedy. I reference some of my favorite like comedians in my podcast a lot, and a lot of my favorite comedians also have podcasts that I watch religiously. You know, today's Monday, so Two Bears, One Cave and Bad Friends both came out today. You know, which it doesn't matter who it is unless you want to know. But a couple of days from now, Your Mom's House will come out, and that's Tom Segura and his wife Christina Pajitsky, who are both extremely famous stand-up comedians, and it's crazy to think that like Tom Segura specifically has been, at least in the stand-up comedy world, one of the path beaters, whatever, pioneers, I should say, for people that are saying that the R word is no longer acceptable. And just because there's so many R words, it kind of rhymes with restarted, I guess. You know what I mean? Like
I got what you meant.
Yeah, and if you look at his influence just in stand-up comedy, like so many comedians now say the R word. Like nobody says it anymore because it's antiquated, and there's so many other words you could use to describe that. But he also says some like profoundly like offensive shit against so many different communities, but he always says like, if I can't make fun of it, just like Voldemort, if you don't say his name, he keeps the power.
Okay.
Great. And it's not like we should all just run around saying offensive words to people and then backboning it with, well, if I don't say it, then it's powerful, but there's just other shit you can say instead of that and still be really funny. You know? So when you're talking about drawing the line, like, what is the line or what's the purpose of the line?
Well, I also want to say too, like, I have a harder time with words, like the R word or like,
the F word.
Yeah. In the gay world. Like hearing it and just like thinking to myself, like, that's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like why do you need to say that?
Yeah,
Use
100%.
But like jokes maybe geared towards certain like
demographics.
Yeah, like that are maybe like mocking. Mm-hmm. I think that can be kind of funny sometimes because it's like, oh, that is so us. Like
right.
We do that. And not that anyone wants to be put into like a category ever, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess that's the line I'm talking about. It's like, don't be too assumptive, but assumptive? Is that a word?
Sure.
Cool.
That is a word.
It's
yeah,
awesome.
100%. Yeah.
I'm nervous.
I mean, don't be like, we're just drinking beers, hanging out.
Yeah, getting all loosey-goosey.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like, even in like everyday existence, there's plenty of words that I just like don't say anymore. For whatever reason, Carter did hear the R word at school and he like tries to say it. And like, he's not even 9. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't understand the power that word has.
Yeah.
But it's in my opinion, like I'm thankful that there's a child out there that has a monitor that says like, dude, we don't say that word.
Right.
Here's why. Mm-hmm. Or like shit that he hears on Fortnite. Like his group of best friends are Somalian American, and he saw like something somewhere, a skit somewhere where and it wasn't racially charged in any sense, but what they were saying was, come here, boy. But they were talking about just like a friend.
Okay.
And he was one day yelling out the window to his Somalian American friends across the street, like, come here, boy. And I was like, well, Carter, here's why we can't say it like that to these friends specifically.
Sure.
And I'm definitely super proud of myself for being not woke, but fucking aware that like words carry weight,
And it's like, and that is awesome. It is just crazy too that like we are proud of ourselves for being good people. It's like and I'm not like obviously coming at you. I'm just saying I say that stuff too. It's like, well, we should just automatically do that and not have to reward ourselves by saying, but we do that because we are also part of a generation. I think we're the same generation actually. Yeah. That like we have a lot to learn still, and we were kind of just juggled between being horrible people but like also being better people.
Millennials definitely are like they toe the line for sure, especially like early millennials like you and I. To be clear, I'm only exactly 3 years older than you. Like I'm 29.
Oh, really?
I know I look older.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I get it all the time. It's totally fine. But like, I grew up in a Southern household where like the N word was still used,
Wow.
and piercing 2 ears or what was just like, I had 3 ear piercings in each ear, lobe and center lobe and high lobe on both ears. And my grandmother, my mama, God rest her soul, grew up in a generation where ear piercings didn't exist, and then ladies got them, and then like it was very obvious that like a right ear piercing was something exclusive to the gay community,
Right.
And she literally one day told me, she's like, the left ear means straight-o, straight-o,
Straight-o.
straight-o, the right ear means gay-o, and both ears mean bi-o, and I was like, you actually don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and this was 15 years ago.
So she creates words as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. She not only
An artist of the English language.
Yeah.
Wow.
and but like nurture over nature does take a big role in that because that's just the way she was raised.
Totally. Yes, and I do though. There are people that are just evil that I meet,
Oh,
and I'm
still,
like,
yes.
you fucking suck.
Yeah.
Because it's like we did hear that stuff, and we were raised in places where like, or in homes or whatever, or towns even like that just didn't really get it. But like we know that it's wrong and we correct ourselves, but there are some people that just think that they don't need to because they're so entitled and high and mighty, which is just also so fucking stupid. It's like literally who died and made you queen or king or whatever.
My biggest one is people that go around saying like to people that speak broken English, like this is this is America. Speak English or get the fuck out. Like, dude, you don't realize they speak 100% fluently their own language and do pretty fucking good in English.
Like you can barely speak your language.
Yeah, like I would have loved to have seen your report cards, bro.
Yeah.
Like that shit just fucking sets me off.
It's truly crazy. And also too, like just that whole thing, like that whole realm of ignorance. It's like I've fought to be here. Was raised, blah, blah, blah. It's like, do you know what they go through to get here? It's just insane. People are just so ignorant and they don't think about it. And I think that's a big problem, especially with everything that, just happened the past 4 years and the past couple months that we just went through with the election. I think we've all seen a lot of people on our Facebooks and at, family events, socially distanced,
Hashtag.
yeah. Just like not putting themselves in other people's shoes, and that's the problem. It's like
that's white privilege.
You're so selfish.
Yeah.
Right. It is, and it's insane that like you can just be so insensitive and just like not empathetic or compassionate, and that's what people lack, and I think that's a big problem with
100%.
that demographic.
Dude, I spent a couple of years in. Do you know where Washington County is in Maine?
I mean, like I've heard of it because like I know the song, but like I've never,
there's a song?
There is.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's down East Maine.
Okay.
It's like Jonesboro, Jonesport, Ellsworth is a big one. Machias is a big one.
Okay.
To drop the more familiar names.
Sure.
I spent a couple of years up there in my younger years, and I still have plenty of friends on Facebook like from those times. And I don't think she'll care if I name drop her. Her name's Gabby, and she is her husband's black. They're a biracial couple, so they have a mixed race baby.
Okay.
And like that's it's fucked up to say like that's cool, that's progressive, but it is, especially for that area.
Right. Like I mean like and however I mean what are they your age? Mm-hmm. So like maybe like their parents or grandparents or people that are friends with them, that's kind of a slap in their face. Like we don't give a shit what you think.
Her parents are dope. I don't know about her grandparents, but her parents are dope. But the point is like, so I see her post, especially with like all the stuff that's been going on with like protests and like racial inequality and everything, and then I'll see like another person that was in our same year in school jumping on her post like this Black Lives Matter shit doesn't matter, and it's like, how the fuck did we grow up in the same town?
Yeah,
how do we both have this one friend when you believe that and we believe what we believe,
right?
And why are you comfortable fucking putting that on Facebook?
Well, and it's crazy too, because like you look back and you think about the stuff that you used to say. Like I used to say that's so gay, and like even as a gay man, like it's just not. Why would you say it? And it's like it is crazy. Like I try to remember that like people just need to learn and be educated, but it does get to a certain point where it's like are you stuck in the past? Like did you get in a time machine that we didn't know about? Like are you Tuck Everlasting? Like, I don't get it. Like, how are you still like in the 1920s?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I do angrily and like I get mad, but I do try to give them the benefit of the doubt and just say like, listen, they were probably raised to be like this. Like, and I've had people reach out to me like from my high school and that don't agree with things that I agree with that they should agree with. And I've changed their minds, and that's super cool.
Yeah.
And that's important. So that's why it's always, good to just take a breath, take a second, and be like, okay, this person might just not know the correct perspective.
100%. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And a lot of it, and I'm not sure if I literally just said this or not, but so much of it is nurture over nature.
Yeah, well, you know, but it's a good point.
Or being
still.
a product of your environment.
Right.
Like people in down East Maine, all they watch is the one news channel that's available in that area, and it's fucking like ABC7, and like it just focuses on local news. Like they're so unattached or disassociated with like the real world that they never like they miss the movement. You know what I mean?
Right. Like they still use like LimeWire probably for music.
Yeah.
Like that bad.
Yeah. And the only cell phone provider is US Cellular up there.
Yeah, they all have like Nokias.
Yeah.
They don't even flip.
Yeah, right.
They're just playing like Brick Breaker and Tetris.
Yeah, and it's a sad reality. And like one of the places that I grew up in, I don't know if you've ever heard of like a transitional living home.
I have not.
So transitional living is like when they're taking you out of jail and putting you back into the public. And so like I spent, not jail with juvie, I spent plenty of time in and out of the system. And I was definitely raised ignorant, like I said, like being born in the South and then growing, spending some time in down East Maine and just being poorly educated for a long part of my life where like I didn't realize that words had power. And one of the first things that I learned, and it's from a woman that's still involved in my life, like somebody I was texting today at dinner, this was 15 years ago, we're still close, was, I used to say that's gay about everything.
Same.
And she was like, what's gay about that? It like made me explain it. You know what I mean? Like explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old kind of thing.
And like how old was she?
At that time, probably early 30s.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Everybody that worked there was well, probably 80% of the staff that worked there were gay too, so it's like, again, nurture. Now my nurture is changing, but they would still let me have like free thought. Like, here's why I disagree with you. Please think about it. And then if you develop a new thought, that's amazing. If you don't, that's also amazing. But here's why I don't think you should say that was kind of like the breeding ground. And then it became like, I was like 13 or 14 at that time. And then like, it just became a word or a phrase that like, it cuts me the way like the C word does. You know what I mean? Like it does. And I'm not gay. You know what I mean? Like I've got gay brothers and gay uncles. Like I'm a big part of the community. But like when I hear someone say like, oh, that's gay, it literally sounds like they're saying like, oh, what a cunt. Like it's just that sharp to me.
You know what I mean? Word.
I do. I do. I can't fucking stand it. And I have friends that use it. Like,
no, I totally hate it too.
Yeah.
I never said it.
Yeah. And like I said, I did for years and years until like,
I'm kidding.
I caught it after I started to say it. That's why I stopped.
Yeah. No, but and I do get what you're saying. You did say something though, like you were kind of like how like they were like you don't have to change your mind and that's still okay. And I think that that's also a problem that people have that people still do is that they give people in their family or someone that they're close with that they don't want to have that conversation with
Some leeway.
Right.
Yeah.
And they say like the whole like everyone has their own opinion. No, that's bullshit. Mm-hmm. Especially in our day and age right now in the world we're living in and the situations that we're talking about. Fuck off. Nope. There is a right way and there is a wrong way. So it's ridiculous.
So my contradicting statement to that is I prefer people to be outspoken about the way that they believe because it makes it that much easier for me to just cut you out of my life.
Right, like hate them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And maybe not hate. I hate like two people. You know what I mean? Like hate's super strong. But like
Tom Cruise. Yeah, me too.
What do you mean?
I hate him. He's so annoying. And
Yo, you hate Tom Cruise?
Oh my God.
I love Tom Cruise.
Really?
Yes. Why do you hate Tom Cruise?
So weird. Tom, if you ever see this or hear this, I am not that sorry.
No, like for me, and even like on Facebook, dude, like, I wish people would post photos with their jacked up truck and their rebel flag and wearing a KKK hoodie. I support your right to do that because I just know who to fucking watch out for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or who to stay away from. Like, I don't want people to be in the shadows with that mentality. I want you to be open. I want you to be loud about it. I don't want to give you a day. I don't want to give you a march. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, I want to know who the fuck you are.
And
You don't have to adopt that opinion. I'm just saying, like, that's
no,
mine.
no,
you
no, I
know?
hear you. Well, and that's, again, like, people are different. Like, I am very mouthy and very outspoken, as you just said, whereas I feel for the correct things.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously don't see that. But it's almost, like, so hard to explain that, too. But it's like, sorry if I'm straying away from the mic.
You're fine.
Like, I just feel, and I know almost, just, I don't know how to explain it, like, the majority of people in my life that I love and who are kind share that same thought as I do.
Yeah.
So how can that be wrong?
Right.
But I guess it's like, okay, well, maybe people in their life feel the same way and they love and care about them. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to explain it. It's just, there's a right and a wrong. And when you're giving off hate and you're hating, that is wrong. When you're fighting for love and being loving and kind and compassionate and understanding, for kindness and goodness and something that would help people, it's very broad, about any, you know what I'm saying? That is right and correct to me. So that is why that is right and the other side is wrong, because you're mad at people for wanting to help people, essentially, or being in love with who they want to love, or fighting for what they believe in because they care about those people, because they care.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ridiculous to me. It's like, it shouldn't. I went off on a tangent, but
No. I want you to. That's why we're here. We want to talk about how Anthony feels.
Yeah. Well, getting into that stuff. I mean, it just that's how I feel.
Yes.
It's you can think that you're right all you want, but if you're lacking kindness and compassion, then you're wrong. It's just not cool with me.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I agree with you. I agree that those people are wrong. But again, I also agree, because this is America, that they have the right to express how they feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do also believe that the right to swing your fist ends at my nose. You know what I mean? Which is why, like, I don't think that they should have a march. You know what I mean? Or a day or a parade dedicated to their thoughts, because that's my fucking nose. But everybody's nose is different.
Yeah, but like, I would get so pissed. And
Me
I
too.
would probably lose my shit.
Dude, me too. I'd be at the end of the parade like, how many of these motherfuckers can I fight before I can't fight anymore?
Right,
You know what I
because
mean?
like, law enforcement probably wouldn't be there with like anything that they did for other movements that were
100%
more
no.
necessary.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
To
100%
have
agree with
than
you. Yeah.
what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid when they're like, you know what? We're going to accept that Joe Biden's our president and we're not going to riot. And it's like, what the fuck do you have to riot about?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is so wrong with your white heterosexual life, besides the fact that you're probably gay and you hate yourself, which is sad, and I'm sorry for you, and I hope that you can figure it out, but it's just, get over it. You don't need to fucking march, and you don't get the point, because you're an ignorant person.
Yeah. But
Whoever that
again,
is
at the end of the day, if they want to march, I want them to. That's
You
what
can
make you
just
feel.
be ready to like.
I just want to know who they are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I just want to know who you
they're
are.
out there.
Yeah, they are.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I want to know. I want to know where everyone stands, and I don't want to have to ask them.
Right.
Like I've heard the saying before, like, would you be willing to repeat to your mom what you repeat to women or say to women, or would you tattoo your thoughts on your arm? And I'm a big believer in that. Like, do like the shit that you're saying in private or the shit that you're saying to hurt somebody in one location one time, like, how far are you willing to carry that into society? Because like,
Right.
I hope it's all the way. Mm-hmm. Because eventually you're gonna walk in. I'll fucking catch a charge over someone fucking spouting off hate speech. You know what I mean? And I'll probably
Yeah.
get away with it. It's fucking Portland. We're progressive.
I mean, like, who's going to actually get mad at you for it? Maybe law enforcement and the people that suck. Cool, good for them.
Yeah.
The people that matter, they will love you.
Yeah.
So
100%.
that's more important.
One of the biggest reasons I even go to fucking pride parades, and I go to pride parades in more than just our state. And I'm a huge believer in the Second Amendment, and I'm also a huge believer in the decriminalization of marijuana and basic human rights. I hate to call them gay rights because I don't feel like that's the correct term anymore.
Right, but it's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, but like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about gay rights.
Right.
And I'll go to pride parades in as many states as I can every single year, as often as I can, and I go there armed, and I'm not there because I'm trying to be, a fucking head honcho. I'm there because, like, if some shit pops off, like, somebody has to defend it because our current political structure for a couple more weeks, won't. We just spent fucking 4 years in a political climate where racism became okay and flying fucking flags and all this shit, became okay again. And the people that I grew up with, the people that I love, the people I hold dearest to my heart, had to go back into hiding after fucking, 300 something years as a country. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely
Scary.
ridiculous.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And you can go to my Facebook and look at pictures of me at Pride Parade, and you'll see other Second Amendment supporters commenting on my shit, like talking about, like, bro, head on a swivel, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, they know that I'm there, like, just as a secondary support system for if shit really hits the fan.
Which is also, too, like, a whole other situation. It's like, we have a lot to work on with that stuff, too.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. There should not be people that feel like they have to do that to keep their fucking brothers safe, or sisters, or,
and, like,
people.
But they also have easy access to those things that you carry, which makes it cool that you also have access to it, though, because you're there to protect. Because what if something does happen?
Right.
It's just like, and it's always the people. I mean, I'm sure there's a statistic, and I'm sure I've seen it, and I just obviously don't have it on hand, but like the majority of people who do use firearms to kill people, stuff like that, are generally white men.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially, yeah. Yeah. I'm not even going to contest that. That's 100% true. But, we don't need, I mean, we can if you want.
No, we don't have to.
Okay.
I was just saying, like, it's just crazy that you even have to feel like you have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of white crazy assholes in this country that, again, I support their right to carry a fucking firearm, but, bring it to the wrong place. Fuck around and find out, and
Yeah.
the wrong place is wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
You gonna pee?
Yeah, I do.
It's fine. I've got a fucking meme for it. Go ahead.
Awesome.
Just don't kick any camera stands.
I won't.
It's called the squirt alert. Yeah. So we are back and a little bit less heated.
Yes.
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm glad that we agree on so much. But what I want to talk about is how you doing, man? What have you been up to lately?
Well, I mean, I'm sure I'm not alone in this. I got laid off. So that's awful.
Yeah.
I know I'm not alone in that. We're all kind of going through it, just kind of navigating where to go from there. There it is. I feel like now, though, is a great time to really find yourself and your niche.
Either way.
Cool, great. And I've been using this time to do that. It's been hard.
Good.
I've always suffered from mental illness, always had depression and anxiety. And again, I know a lot of people are feeling the same way that I'm feeling. Well, not exactly the same because everything is situational and different.
Sure.
And everyone's feelings are valid in their own way. So you guys know that. But yeah, so I'm just been using this time to focus on some of my music stuff that I like to do. Flirt with the guitar a bit. I just kind of find myself and, I don't know, be who I've wanted to be or meant to be my whole life.
So kind of a silver lining there. I mean, obviously you're unemployed because of, the pandemic and,
right.
All of that. And you've had this, this passion, this desire to pursue music. And, how often do you really get a chance to not that unemployment or the stimulus is going to carry anybody very far, but how many times in your entire life have you had a paid couple of weeks at least to pursue something that you actually love? Mm-hmm. And obviously I'm also pursuing different interests. I've been a live musician for the better part of my life, and now I'm not, and it's very obvious that I'm doing something else because I can't do that. And I'm super excited to be doing this and to have the guests that I have and talk about the things that I get to talk about. But I mean, how long what's that?
I said thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for being here, man. How long have you, been interested in music, though? I mean, I know that you've said in the past that your friends have always kind of, like, put you up on the pedestals as far as, how good of a singer you are and everything. Like, how far do you want to take this?
I mean, that's really nice of you to say. I don't know if that's the case necessarily, but... Well, I mean, I've always wanted to do something with music. I've also, though, kind of realized, like, I love to write.
Right. What?
Like, write. I like
Just words
like,
on paper.
Yeah, honestly.
For
So
sure.
like, which is a whole new door. I don't know if singing is necessarily what my future career is going to be, but I would love to like ghostwrite or write TV or something like that. I know that that's not the same thing, but it's in that realm just of art.
Yeah.
That I love to do. I just love being creative. I love those juices, if you will, flowing. But yeah, no, I picked up the guitar when quarantine first started, which was like fun for all of us. We're like, quarantine, like we're gonna pick up a new hobby, but now it's like, fuck, we're still doing this. Like shit. Wear a mask.
Gardening supplies, bicycles, and home gym equipment you couldn't find fucking anywhere.
Not anywhere at all. Nope.
Which, by the way, that's my $500 bike sitting in the corner that I've touched twice.
Nice, good for you.
And did you see my gardening boxes out there?
I didn't.
The only thing I didn't buy was gym equipment.
Wow. Well, can't win them all.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah. So I love music. I love music forever. I used to do theater at a very young age. I used to make my mom film me singing like S Club 7 in the living room. Like,
for me, it was ABBA.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Wow, you really took it back.
Yeah, man. I used to sing ABBA into a fucking... I don't even know what they're called anymore. You used to put a cassette tape in them and you can hit record or play or like whatever you wanted. And they'd play ABBA over the stereo, and I'd have the little fucking, 1/4-inch mic plugged into it, and I'd sing into that wildly off key, which is why I scream and not sing. But we've I shouldn't say we all, but those inclined have all kind of pursued that at one point or another.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've been playing guitar, you've been putting words on paper. I mean, have you put anything on social media?
Yeah.
Have you? If you did, I missed it.
I did. I posted a video of me singing "Angel from Montgomery" by Bonnie Raitt. Well, not by Bonnie Raitt, but I went off of her version. I love her. I love that kind of music. I definitely, like I said, I have anxiety, and I've always kind of dealt with confidence issues. So it's...
Oops, I should close those messages. That's a vagina picture.
Oh, good for you. Man, one of us is getting something.
I'm not. I'm out here with you.
Oh, that's true. Well, hey, another beer deep. But yeah, so I've just always had issues with that. So it's been difficult. But again, I mean, I think that with this, your mid-20s and everything that's going on, I've just had time to really come to myself and...
Point me out. Where am I going for this video?
Oh, God, I'm not really sure.
Anthony's videos.
Yeah, it's that first one.
First one?
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear it, but... That's killer, dude.
No way.
I'll rip it and I'll put it picture in picture so they can actually hear it and see it.
Oh my God, no! I don't think it's that good.
Oh, yeah, man.
You thought it was good?
That's really good.
Oh, thank you.
You stayed in key the whole time? Hell yeah.
Well,
somebody tuned your guitar for you? That was dope.
I did that.
I wanted to hear you say it.
I did that with an app, not with my ears, really. But.
Yeah, dude, I'm the most tone deaf person in the world. I can, like, when I do sing, with my band, I have to, like, so I have in-ear monitors. I have to put a piano scroll in my ear, and I have to, like, every single time try to pitch match it on the fly because pitch is just not my game. You know what I mean? And I can sit there and sing, like, without music. I'd be like, that was perfect. And then, like, everyone will be looking at me like, bro, that's not even the same room. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. No, dude, my band is brutally honest with me.
Well, good.
It sucks.
We need transparency with things like that.
It sucks because I'm super close with all of them. Like Andy, my guitar player, like my kids call him Uncle Andy. He's been around that long. And yeah, they're all super fucking brutal with me. Have you thought about recording any originals?
Oh God. So that's when I picked up the guitar, I kind of wanted to do that. I that's kind of why I did it. But
yeah,
I also just love to cover songs.
Sure.
I love to.
There's plenty of people that have massive followings just due to covers though, too. Also,
But I love to write poetry, and I I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I think I should every now and again. Everyone should. It's pretty good stuff. My poetry's it's real. It's raw. I like to be, as I've said a million times, transparent because I just think it's important, and it gives people the opportunity to really connect and relate and not feel as alone. So
yeah, dude, I fucking feel that, and you know, the only thing with posting a bunch of covers, even if you get 1 million views, you obviously can't monetize it if it's a cover, if you're gonna put it on YouTube or whatever. But it's a good way to increase your following, so that when you put out an original, you've got the following that's already subscribed or already whatever to see that. Yeah. And it real quick. So you said you're into poetry. It made me think of slam poetry, stand-up poetry, live poetry, and then it made me think of our conversation earlier about stand-up comedy. And one of the things that I've mentioned it a couple of times, and anyone that's gonna watch the first five episodes, that dude's fucking repetitive. But I've also started writing a 15-minute skit to do with stand-up, and I started writing it before quarantine happened. Because again, arranging 5 guys that are now almost 30 to play a show is a lot more difficult than arranging a podcast between 2 people or a solo open mic night to do your own stand-up comedy. So whether you do poetry or stand-up, I fucking support you 100% because I think both arts are worth pursuing. And if you want help, I mean, you look around this room; it's obviously full of fucking band gear and recording gear and all this shit.
This is way cooler than anything I've ever had.
Not all of it's mine. I'll be completely clear. Probably 50% or better. But
fake ass.
My point. Well, I mean, we all practice in one room. They're not gonna haul that fucking thing home every night.
I just wanted to reassure you a little bit.
Yeah. If you do decide you want to cut some originals, dude, me, Andy, all of us, would be down to fucking help you 100%.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we can be famous one day. And what would our band name be, you think?
Our band?
Yeah, we would have to change it. I couldn't be what you guys are.
You couldn't be a heathen?
No, I couldn't be.
No, man, no, I wouldn't want any part of it. If you just want help producing your own stuff.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You put it out, your name, whatever, will help you just cut it, Well, because we've all had that guy. When
you need that in this industry. You can't.
The first band that I was in that really had traction, I was a very small contributor in. I was the vocalist for that band, who now goes by Desmo. His name's Duncan Cook. I don't know if you've heard any of Desmo's hip hop stuff. He just wrote everything. He still is a prodigy. He was just hey guys, here's everything. Just play your fucking part and we'll be fine. So when I branched away from that, I had the vision, but the execution wasn't quite there. And there's a producer in Maine. His name's Kevin Billingsley. And he's done stuff from Rihanna to fucking Lamb of God. You know what I mean? He's broad spectrum.
Yeah, wow.
I went to him. I was like, dude, I had this vision. I have this money. Can you help me make something? And he did. And from there we kind of found our own path. But he really was one to Ready Player One. You know what I mean? He kind of gave us the boot in the ass we needed to get going. And I just feel paying it forward is super important, especially in this industry where nobody, as much as they, get on Facebook and say they support all their homies, nobody really does. So, if you need that help, I'm 100% down to help.
Thank you. Yeah, no. Well, and for sure, I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there in the industry, so it is difficult to find anyone who's on your side.
Absolutely.
Who might not want it for themselves, which is fine because you kind of have to be selfish because it's, again, a dog-eat-dog world. Yeah. So, if it's what you want, then you should go for it. For yourself too.
Yeah, I mean, if you sit down, dude, the best part about Andy is you sit down and you just mouth to him what you want.
Who's Andy?
Andy is my primary guitar player.
Cool. Okay.
And he's one of my best friends. Like with our music, it's very asymmetrical. I'll be bounce down, and he'll just be like, oh, it goes like this.
Cool. Is that an original?
Yes, it is now. Whereas, what you're doing would be oh, I need it to be I'm sure you can sing out a middle C and you can sing out a high F. You'd be these are the chords I need. And he'll be okay, here's how that sounds. You know what I mean? He's...
Love that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a good guy to have around in a setting like that. Yeah. And not to say that Nate, our other guitar player, is not, because he fucking is. I've just relied on Andy longer, so that's why I use his name more often. And then, Derek, our drummer, the same thing. You'd be bro, I need a rock and stroll beat. You know what I mean? He just... He can pull it out of nowhere. I'm probably honestly at this point the least talented person in our band.
What do you do in it?
I'm the vocalist.
You're the vocalist.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So all I do is just very, ridiculous sounding things with my voice. And even like the clean singing in our band is again, it's Andy. You know,
He's just
he's
a jack of all trades.
yeah, he's just really really good. And then like me and Desmo Duncan, me him,
Dog.
yeah, me and Duncan and Andy. One day played this acoustic set, or not acoustic, but like stripped down electric set. One night, it was like 45 songs. We'd never played any songs together. They were all covers. Duncan's a really amazing singer. So Duncan chose the songs that he could play acoustic guitar to and sing. I played bass and Andy played drums. We all just like showed up to this room together for the first time ever and just like busted out 45 songs like it's nothing.
Wow.
And it was successful because of those two. I was playing bass. I played bass my whole life. I can fucking play bass long.
Okay, bass is great though.
No, I'm not saying it's not great, but like I'm extremely proficient in bass. Where those two guys just like walked into the same room and like I might have heard the song one time before. Let's see how it goes, and it wound up being beautiful, And we made probably the most money we've ever made playing any show ever in our entire lives at that thing too, and it was just the three of us, So wow. Tangent. My core point is, you want to put out music.
Yeah, I guess this
I'll
is
make
about
Andy.
you
I'll make
now.
Andy help you. Yeah, right. Everything's about
I'm
me,
kidding.
man.
No, it's
It
okay.
always turns
That's
out being about me.
honestly
So yeah, you've been writing music during quarantine, dude. That's killer. I'm super happy for you.
Yeah,
that's a great thing.
Yeah.
What were you doing before that? Before the world turned to shit.
Oh, I lived in Florida. So talk about being in
What
just
part?
like hell. I lived in like I always say Sarasota because
I was born in Sarasota.
okay, well, I was on Anna Maria Island,
Same
so
thing.
like Bradenton, but
Yeah.
like, who I don't.
the same area
No
code.
offense to anyone that's from Bradenton listening to this or watching this, but like, sorry, not the best work that Florida did. Not their worst either.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. But yeah, it was just I got up one day. I lived in Westbrook, 302, and I was just like, you know what? I want to get the fuck out of here. I want to meet people. I want to meet new people.
Yeah.
Was that the best place to do that? Not really. Maybe like if I was to have lived in like Tampa or Miami, like that would have been a little bit different, I guess. But
There would have been more drugs and loud music, but the culture wouldn't have been any better.
no, it would have been. I think it would have been. I mean, it was just so back to what we were saying before, just so conservative.
Yeah.
Like there was a woman, like she would walk down the street, like, and she had like this red dress, like embroidered Trump 2020 on it, like a sash.
Yeah, dude.
And she looked exactly like you think she looked.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like kind of like, yeah. I almost turned straight, honestly, after I saw her. I was like, holy shit. What have I been doing this whole time?
You've got the straight voice.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, that always gets people kind of like riled up when I do that. But yeah, I lived there, and I did meet a couple cool people, but for the most part, I was just going through it. I didn't have a lot of money. I hate asking people for favors, so
No.
I was just like, I got sick of doing that. And I just made the decision to pack up again and come back.
Come back, yeah.
And then everything went to shit here. But I was with my friends and
Sure.
people that I loved, which was, for me, most important.
Definitely.
But yeah, so then this happened.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
So, what were you doing in Maine? Like, you came back to Maine. Day one, what were you doing?
So I was planning on moving to Boston.
Chipping out to Boston.
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to go to a bigger city than Portland. I love it dearly, but it's just I've done it. It's where I'm from. So,
Yeah.
but that obviously did not work because who I was going to live with got laid off pretty quickly, and that just all kind of went to shit. But I started like walking a bunch and like eating healthy and losing a bunch of weight, and then I lived with my cousin at the time, and we're best friends. God love her, but we cannot live together. It was like our third time, and we pretty much like wanted to murder each other. But again, I love her. But I found my own one bedroom. I live in town, Portland. I love it. It's obviously adorable because like, duh. And yeah, that was what I try to like. I think it's important for us all to look at the positives in 2020 because it's been such a shit fucking year. And I think that's really cool that I did that all by myself. So I'm proud of that, and that's what I've been doing. And here I am now in this room.
So you live you still currently live in downtown Portland?
I do.
Yeah. Top of the hill or closer to the water?
I live close to like Deering Oaks,
Okay.
like a little more up above. I'm like really close to like
You don't got to go that far.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Is the top of the hill or close to the water? Just because, I've also obviously lived downtown. When I moved to Portland, dude, I had not, I was one of those, I moved to fucking wherever with $108 in my pocket. When I moved to Portland, I didn't have $1 in my pocket. I was also a young teenager. I had just been removed from the transitional living home that I was in Bangor, had nothing. One of the things that I respected about and will respect about Portland up until actually recently where they changed it was the resource centers for homeless teens and young adults.
I was just actually about to mention that. That's so crazy that you said that.
Yeah. My first day here. And like I had nice clothes because again I was in a home where it was state funded and they could afford clothes and my I was well kept, hopelessly drug addicted, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, congratulations for coming
Thank
out
you.
of that, I believe.
For the most part.
Nice.
I'm recreational now.
Sure, great. Cool.
But I came to Portland with nothing, and I wasn't even 18 yet. And in Portland, like if you're in like DT Portland, like if you're not 18, you cannot get a job, because you have to be bondable, you have to be insurable, like especially like kitchens, like that's all there is. You work in a hotel or you work in a restaurant if you're working like downtown Portland. Right. And so I just kind of fucking hung around for like a couple of years. And then like the day after, I was like 18 in a day. I was like, I'm done with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, because with the resource centers downtown for homeless teenagers, there's only so many beds, and if there's 18 beds, they can't let 19 people in because they can't have someone sleep on a couch because there's like a boys section and a girls section. Right. They're locked and yada yada. So I was like, I'm fucking done. Like, fighting for beds, and if you couldn't get a bed, they'd give you like a voucher to the Nickelodeon cinema, so you could like sleep in there while there was movies going. Like they tried to help you if they couldn't give you a bed that night. But I applied to like 1,000 places, gave them all a fake address because like if you used the 250 Cumberland, whatever the teen center is, like on a job app, every employer knew what that was. And so many people had burned that name for everybody. So I gave them a fake address, all this shit, and I would go and check that person's mailbox every day because I didn't know how fucking getting a job worked. I didn't know if they mailed you something or whatever. And I gave them a payphone phone number that I would stand next to from 9 to 5 every day.
Wow.
And realistically, it only took like 15 days. And the Hilton Garden Inn on the waterfront on Commercial Street called and was like, we want to interview you in 4 days. And at this point, my clothes were tattered. I was tattered, so I was like, okay, I'll go to the mall. I'll steal a fucking dress shirt and some dress pants, and I'll show up looking good. I'll get this fucking job. So I go to the mall, go in the fitting area, and I put on a fucking dress shirt and some dress pants, put my clothes over them, go to walk out, busted. Boom, immediately.
Gone.
I go to jail. I was there for not my first rodeo, but I was there for 3 days. I get out. And I'm wearing like a pink. It was either Abercrombie or American Eagle polo, and fucking torn up Abercrombie jeans. And I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Not only that, but that's my first adult offense, right? And on my application, I said that I had no issues. So I showed up to the interview wearing a fucking pink T-shirt with Jailhouse tattoos on my arms. I'm like, listen, thank you for calling me. This is what just happened, so my application is no longer accurate, blah, 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 blah. If you fucking hire me, I will do anything you ask me to forever. So I started there as a dishwasher. Nice. When I left hotels, I was the regional territorial director of sales. So that's why I believe...
Starting from the bottom and over here.
Yeah, and now I run sales departments in prestigious dealerships, you know what I mean? That's why I believe if you fucking care enough about something, you'll get there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Not to, again, make this thing about me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But, your story was relatable. You came to fucking Portland,
Yeah, but no, I mean, that's way more. That's really great. It's actually crazy you brought that up, too. I just recently applied because I don't have a job. Mm-hmm. And I don't really want to collect unemployment.
Where'd you apply?
I applied at Preble Street just to work as a per diem because it's...
Preble Street, the teen center.
It's a wide array of options.
Yeah.
I actually want to work with at the Women's Center. Sorry.
Yep, on No, not Oxford. Doesn't matter.
St. John.
St. John. Yeah.
Yeah. I just like have always been very passionate about women. I guess not in the way that I.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think that they've just been like pushed so far down, and it's just not fair. And to be homeless too, to just have to struggle like that. I just want to make sure that they know that they're cared about.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love the wholesomeness of women. I think that they're just badass and cool, and they all mostly can act like a mom. And I think that's awesome.
It's so funny the difference between the perception or ideal or idea of a woman to a cis white male and give your own, because I don't know exactly how you do it.
I mean, I'm a gay man.
Okay. Like, my mother...
A cis gay man. Cis? No.
Yeah, because...
You guys are still learning. We all have time.
I mean, you don't ever identify as anything other than a straight up fucking man, right?
I'm a gay man.
Yeah, so you're a cis gay man, as far as I know. You know, like my mother, you know, God bless her, she's gone through it all. But, you know, I've not unblocked her number in like years at this point. And on the other side of the table, you're like, women are the most powerful creatures in the world.
Yeah.
My idea of a powerful woman comes from the fact that I have a woman in my life that's had 3 kids and raised 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how perception changes
Right.
so many things.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like I said, I mean, the majority.
And you'll probably never knock a woman up.
No, I don't think so.
That's why I said probably.
No, I won't. Why was I thinking for a second?
Oh.
Yeah, so that'd be really cool and rewarding. And I just while I'm doing something, because like I want to focus on like writing and stuff like that, but it's not going to pay the bills. So I wanted to find something. Everyone's like, oh, do real estate or do this. I'm like, I don't want to fucking sell a house.
No, this is not the right time for real estate, brother. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, but you know what I'm saying. Like I don't want to work for a company that's like, oh, they have great benefits. It's like, I don't give a shit. I want to work somewhere that is not going to make me go crazy and miserable.
Yeah.
I want something that's going to be rewarding. And
then no sales job is appropriate. Real estate, cars, fucking dildos. No. All sales jobs are hard. Nope.
Okay.
All sales jobs are hard. Oh my God. So how long have you, because I know during the first furlough you were still working, right?
Like when I first came back?
Yeah, because I met you at a bar.
Yeah, but when this all started in March, I didn't have a job. I applied for an insurance company and got the job, and it was so fucking hard. I cried like every day. I don't cry, but I cried so much.
I cried tonight at the bar I was at before we did this.
Did you?
Yeah. I'll show you why later.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm kind of turned on. And it was just horrifyingly awful. I felt like I was there for like 15 years. I looked back the other day, 1 month.
No shit.
Yeah, so congratulations to
Name
me.
drop it.
It was Unum.
Okay. Really?
Fucking
Unum is supposed to be the best.
So hear me out, you guys. I worked in the call center. My cousin works in IT, and she's like, that is literally called the battleground of Unum. It's fucking horrible. Telling people that they don't have like a cancer policy because they already had cancer one time.
Right.
Like, oh, this is horrible news. One woman called me. She's like, my son was murdered last week. I'm like, I need just a minute. Because like, what the fuck?
Nope, not for me.
Just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Insurance sucks. I hate it. So I actually made that singing video. I had called out of work like 3 days in a row, which is not something I typically do. And I was just like fucking feeling myself. I was like, oh, I need to get back to some place I'm more familiar with mentally. And then I messaged. Well, I had been working Saturdays at Legends.
Okay.
But
just so you know, we can name drop them all day long. They're going to be a sponsor pretty soon.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Love that. So I messaged Meg, dear friend of mine. We met like 5 or 6 years ago when I started at the other place they used to own. And I was like, I would rather just do this.
Yeah.
People like me. I'm a good bartender. I'm a good server. I'm charming. I would rather just do this and make money the way I know how to do it until I figure out something else.
I'm so glad you did.
Oh my
here
God.
we are.
I know. Yeah, you're so lucky.
Yes, wow. I'm so lucky.
Yeah, no, I try to be as humble as I can. Yeah. So.
Oh my God, dude, I fucking love you. You're so funny.
That's very sweet. Thank you. But like honestly though, like this second fucking time around of not having a job, I don't want to fucking do it again. I don't.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty much what I said the last time. But whatever. Neither here nor there at this point.
Do you think you're gonna go back if they ask
I
you
mean,
to
if
come
I
back?
have to, if I don't have a job that is paying my bills that I like more, it
Sure.
might be nice to have like a steady schedule. Bartenders and servers know what that's like to not have.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible sometimes. It's like, oh, we're going out for like a weekend trip with the gals, and I'm like, I am not, because I have to work every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Can I show you what made me cry?
Oh God,
Not that.
here he is.
We're gonna do this right now. God. This happened. Okay, so the Ritz Yay commercial. I can use that word because it's appropriate to the description.
Right.
The commercial that I actually saw was clipped up a little bit. This one's over a minute long. The commercial that I saw last night during the Chiefs game, it was more condensed than this one specifically. This one has all the parts the commercial in the Chiefs game had, but this one's more broad spectrum, where when they played it during the game, it was more focused on just that man right there in the clip. But, dude, fuck. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I sent this to
Get your
like,
shit together.
I sent this to so many people. Okay, can you read that? Can you read it out loud for me?
It says, "I miss you." Left on red to
Yep.
his mother.
Yep.
Happy holidays, Mom. Can we talk? Wow, she's ignoring him.
But, and then, hold on. Oh, the bubbles started and stopped. Okay, now where do you think we are in this photo? You see how many bunk beds were in that room?
Oh my God, yeah, I don't know though.
That's an orphanage.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, but I got nervous.
Who's this? This is a gay black man putting on lipstick. At least gay. Now we're just gonna watch it. He's. Okay, grandma can't leave her house to see her family.
Whether it's the one you're born into,
Homeless man at the table.
Okay, Ritz, come on.
Hold on. Let that part go.
Okay, gone.
Okay, knock knock. That's the man who's can't get an answer. That's the man putting on lipstick. They're obviously a
yeah.
couple. That's why mom won't answer the phone.
there's family. Join us in helping create a more welcoming world at tasteofwelcome.com.
Oh my God, that was so wholesome.
Bro. All right, so the fact that Ritz is one of the biggest companies in the entire world, and their focus right now is how do we make more persons accepted in the world?
Are you crying now?
Yeah, fuck.
Oh my God,
Whether
that
it
is
be
so sweet.
whether
of
it be
you.
homeless people or
feel powerless.
gays, or
Yes, yeah.
or get one of the taglines I was talking when it happened was but it was family isn't always what you're born into, it's what you choose. And that hit
Love that. Yeah, no, seriously.
hit
Yeah,
super close to home
I'm sure,
for me.
totally.
And I showed Crystal was watching the game with me when that commercial came on, but she's on her phone during every commercial and doesn't see them. And I was like, what the fuck? Watch this. What the fuck's going on here? The fact that I was so shocked that I was seeing this commercial also got me amped up. You know what I mean? I was like, why am I shocked? Like, what? Like, but then again, I was like, why? Also, why does this have to be a picture? Why does this have to be something that why does this draw so much emotion? Because it's so wayside. You know what I mean? Like, it's not accepted. It's not mainstream. It's not
Right.
something we're talking about every day. Why the fuck in 2020 is there even a man texting his mother?
Yeah.
And that man is gay and she won't fucking text. Like, I was just there were so many just attacking my brain all at once.
Right.
And I cried when I saw then too. And I saw it and I cried in the middle of the fucking football game. You know what I mean? Drinking beers with my kids, my boys. And I cried
That's
then.
like kind of hot though.
Yeah, thanks. Mm-hmm. I'm crying into my own mustache.
Yeah.
And then
I feel heartless.
today, Crystal and I were, before, like when I was texting you earlier, I was, out getting drinks. And Crystal and I were sitting there, and I was like, "Do you remember this?" She's like, "No, I don't remember it. I was kind of on my phone." I showed it to her again, and she it's not as big a part of her life as it is mine. So she's like, oh, that's beautiful. And she's like, are you fucking crying again? Because like I say I never cry, and she says you cry all the time. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I fucking am. And now
You're crying again.
I'm crying again, dude. That commercial will,
You love that.
in this world, will never stop meaning as much to me as it does right fucking now.
Oh.
It's so crazy to me that like a commercial can even be written about the fact that a man can't get a response from his mother because he might be gay or might wear lipstick.
Right.
I don't even know how we got to this point from what you were just saying,
That's okay.
but goddamn.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit, goddamn.
Yeah. There's so many people that I preach to that I'm always talking about being an ally or an activist, and I don't know how many people take me seriously. But I feel like crying on your own fucking podcast over a Ritz commercial
Yeah. I mean, you guys, if this isn't selling it,
might solidify it a little bit.
I can definitely attest he is definitely shedding tears. I feel like I feel like, honestly, it's me when I watch the Sarah McLachlan.
Not the one video.
Yeah, like the one with the dogs.
The one, the fucking
Yeah, like,
SPCA
that
or
one
whatever.
is super sad. And not that the Ritz one wasn't sad, and I feel like I should definitely be connecting to that one more.
Right, right.
It's just something about that song and just
Arms
like
of an Angel.
the one-eyed dog.
Yep.
Just kind of looking at you with the one eye. You're like, fuck.
I love Sarah McLachlan in general. All of her music is fucking
Yeah.
banging, dude. I have
She's great.
the one album that I own, like on my iPhone, is the live one from like 2000. You're such a beautiful fucked up man. Anyway, yeah, I love Sarah McLachlan. So you're back in Maine. Okay, was this picture before or after you left Maine? After you came back?
Yeah, this is very recent.
But this is like in Brunswick, isn't it?
the Brunswick.
The
in
Brunswick.
Old Orchard
Old,
Beach.
Old Orchard, okay. There's also a Brunswick in Brunswick.
Right, yeah.
Super
Not to be
confusing.
confused
Ugh.
with. Nice.
This is, thank you. We burp on the mic, bro. So
Yeah, totally.
this is,
I can't.
that's fine. You do you.
I'm like, can I fart or? Anyways,
yeah,
no, I don't have to. But
So this is the Brunswick in Old Orchard.
correct. And that's actually funny. I was the first guy they hired in 20 years. They
Seriously.
only hired women, and I went in there and got fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And my friend Molly, who worked there,
Molly what?
Molly Anderson.
I don't have any Anderson family up here, but Crystal has a cousin named Molly who also drinks a lot. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Okay. And she's like, yeah, he doesn't like hire men. And I was like, fucking watch me do this. And I was just like all drunk and like being so fucking confident in myself for once. And I walk up and he's like, oh, he was also drunk. Love you, Tom. He was like, you can do parking lot, like help people park. And
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me, I am far too cute to be put out there. He was like, fine, you start Tuesday. So that was really cool. The girls were definitely like not cool about it at first because they were just like, but then they were like, oh, he's cool. So I was like, yeah, duh.
So how long did you work there before you were at Legends?
Oh my God. Well, I worked there. I started in 2017 and then Legends a year later. So
Okay.
year. And then I worked there this summer again. I've been there for all the summers since.
Really? Because you were also at Legends all summer.
Yeah, I worked 2 jobs.
Oh, no shit.
I worked like 60 hours a week, 50 sometimes,
Yeah.
because I'm insane and just like love in the summer,
Money.
like whatever, fuck it, right? You black out after your shift off like one sip because you're so dehydrated. That was an interesting place to work though. Like people there are fucked up.
Patrons or?
Yeah, like
okay.
especially with COVID. Like we're like, wear a mask, and they're like, fuck Janet Mills. And I'm like, I don't know if you see me, but I'm not her. Actually. I don't really care what you have to say.
Yeah.
Just put your fucking mask on so I can keep my fucking livelihood.
Right.
And make money to buy shots after work. And ruin my life.
Putting money back into the economy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at that. I would never drink one of those.
Pause.
I have to pee.
What? Yes, I have to pee. Do you have to
I
pee?
have to pee.
Oh, let's go pee. There's a car. Yeah, I feel like people should be able to draw a decent distinction between you and Austin Powers.
You're horrible. That's horrible. Okay, and I'm like, obviously, like, whatever. But I did see a very funny meme.
Yeah.
And it was like her dressed. It was like her.
Pull it right to you.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Perfect.
Loud and clear.
Yep.
Over. It was like her wearing this like really like risque Christmas dress.
Was it red or blue?
I think it was green.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Maybe red.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe blue. Honestly, I didn't really take a mental image. But it was like I actually don't remember the meme at all. I have to look it up on my phone. But something about her, like, it was a Christmas song about her counting how many people, like, she sees if you're up late or something. It was very funny. And I was like, oh, God, I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm laughing.
If it's not one of the first pictures, I'm going to move on almost instantly.
No,
Nope,
like,
I'm over it.
yeah, no, that's not that important, but it was very funny.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's tough for me because, like, one, I have COPD. I have asthma and COPD.
You have COPD?
Yeah, at
Wow.
29 years old. I know. It's fucking
Jesus.
ridiculous. It's because I smoked from the time I was 13 until 2 years ago. Smoked cigarettes. And, like, when I say I smoked, bro, I fucking smoked. Like, in high school, I probably smoked 3 packs a day.
Shit.
Out of high school, I smoked Camel Wide full flavor, and I'd snap the filter off. Just abused myself, you know what I mean? Especially like,
Jeez,
you know, fucking drugs and smoking amplifies it, you know, massively.
Whole 9 yards. Give him an inch, takes a mile.
Yeah, and I'd smoke crack, I'd smoke heroin, I'd fucking smoke anything. Like all the
Wow.
damage I did to my lungs,
Crack.
yeah, I fucking earned it, to be clear. So like when I think about COVID, I'm like, yo, like if I get it, like yeah, I'm gonna have a rough time. You know what I mean? Just because of the condition of my lungs. Like I have 3 different types of inhalers that I use daily. You know what I mean?
Shit.
But again, I fucking earned it. So like when I think about the fact that she has done so much to try to limit the spread, I think that's extremely courteous because
Yes.
people like myself, who even at 30 would have a super rough time, you've protected me. But then I also think of the fact that like I have found every loophole, excuse, fucking by and by reason to go to a bar every single fucking, as you saw me, every single fucking night since this happened, and I've not gotten it.
It is fucking weird.
You
I've
know?
been exposed like 4 times, and I've just been crystal clear. And maybe I'm the cure. Maybe my blood will save us all.
I've also thought that about myself, so we can arm wrestle it over it later.
Okay. Hot in here again. But yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it's
I've
weird.
lost my train of thought.
Like I think about the people. Well, we're talking about Mills. You know, like I think about the people that like have got it, and I'm like, I've not been the safest. I've definitely not been the most reckless. I do wear my mask, fucking everywhere.
Yeah, no,
you know, I've
same.
never attested to it. I've never like argued with somebody. Like I just fucking wear it because it's my civic duty.
Not like an Andy masker. Like,
no
whoa.
anti-masker, no, and I hate those people.
Or with the nose out.
no, absolutely
I'm like,
not.
yeah, no, it's definitely working.
Like I had this one guy that works for me whose nose pitches up just a little bit more than normal, and his mask is constantly slipping. And like I know it's his physicality that causes it. He's not doing it, but all the time, like, bro, pick up your mask, pick up your mask. And it's almost like I feel embarrassed to say it, but like, pick up your fucking mask. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I've also like, I go to Walmart 4 days a week, but I wear my mask. I go to a bar 5 nights a week, but I wear my mask. And it's like, I don't understand what people are doing so recklessly to just fucking contract this
Well, like
with their mask on. Like, I don't get it.
It's crazy. Well, and there's people that don't wear masks, which is so fucked up. I was in like Best Buy at the mall.
Well, that's survival of the fittest at that point, mentally fittest.
Well, but it's just like so incredibly. It's like embarrassing. It was like these 2 women. I feel like it could have been like a daughter and a mom maybe, and they were like, you could tell they were so like smug, and they were.
Yeah.
She was like, "Did you see them like looking at us?" And I so badly wanted to be like, I think it may be because there is a global pandemic and you guys were not wearing masks,
Right.
And you are inconsiderate, and
Yeah.
they hate you, and I hope that you get hit by
Them and fucking juggalos. Juggalos won't wear the mask.
what?
20. That's just what I've seen. Like the people that are like the clear cut fucking juggalos, like still wearing. And I've got nothing against it because I love trip pants, and if I could wear them today, I would. But the big baggy trip pants and the face makeup, and they're not wearing a fucking mask. It's like, what are you thinking? Why are you the one? Like the stigma around you is negative enough. Put your fucking mask on.
Wow. I lack education on them.
That's fine. That's fine. If I ever get
okay.
famous, this episode would be the one that the juggalos fucking freak out about.
Yeah, well, hey, suck it.
Yeah. And to be
Okay.
clear, I still listen to Twisted at least once a week.
And to be clear, I have zero idea what that is.
That's fine. That's totally fine. But yeah, like you know, again, I appreciate what she's done, but at the same time, like I've followed the guidelines, you know, and but I've also still gone out all the time, and I've not gotten it. Like, what's the fucking line? Like, what line do you have to cross where like you are the one that
Yeah,
gets
like,
it?
why am I not getting it? I like have hugged people. I've been kissed on the cheek by someone
Yeah.
who had it, and it's like, okay, like, do I just like, am I just never gonna get it?
Right? Or did I already get it? Did I get it?
I already have it?
When I was in November when I thought I had the flu. To be clear, because of my lung conditions, I'll stub my toe and I'll get a respiratory infection. Like,
Jesus.
I'm being dramatic, obviously, but like everything that happens to me goes straight to my lungs because there's no immunity there. And so, like, if I get the flu, if I get a cold,
You're just like on
a hangover, dude, a hangover, I will like my lungs will hurt for days.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I don't know why, you know, whatever it is, like that's just the fucking facts of life for me, you know. But unless it happened in November when I thought it was the flu and it was actually COVID and I've carried an immunity this long, like, are there people with blood types that are immune? Do we have some sort of herd immunity? Have I already had it and the immunity has lasted longer than the 3 months that they suspect? I don't know. So part of me says, thank you, Janet Mills, for keeping me safe. But the other part of me says, like,
I want to not lose my job.
yeah, I'm never going to lose my job. I want my homies to keep their job.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been a little light. Like, when I talk about the fact that I go to bars, I say, oh, I like to drink. I like to have a bartender. I like to talk to people. I'm a straight up fucking alcoholic. We're 5 episodes in. I'll say I'm an alcoholic. I can drink at home, sure, but if I'm going to have this disease of alcoholism, it should benefit somebody. And I want it to benefit the bartenders.
You're a great tipper. I can attest to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, I do well in life. I have a white collar job. I like to drink, and if someone's there that's going to fucking serve me, like, I want them to be paid. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And it's just like, what is the line? Because I've sat at Legends outside. I've sat at Legends inside. I've sanitized my hands. I've not sanitized my hands. I always wear my mask.
Well, I mean, like,
But, like,
also,
what's-
like, when you drink, like, you don't really care anymore all of a sudden, which is horrible, but it's just how it works.
Yeah. Dude, I was at Applebee's the other night talking. Like,
I love that place.
I do. Well, it's the only place that's like stayed open during this whole thing and been able to stay open late and has not had a pandemic or an outbreak.
I want to get kicked out of one so bad.
I've been.
Awesome.
But like I'll go to Applebee's and I'll have the whole bar roaring. You know what I mean? Because I'm just naturally a talker, a bullshitter, and
Yeah, you can talk.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you know I've had the whole bar roaring, and I leave, and everybody wants to give me a hug, and I'll take them. I'll take all the hugs. You know. And
I didn't know you were such a daredevil.
it's crazy that you can ride out hugs 2 years ago. But my point is just like, what do you have to do to get this disease?
I don't know.
And I'll keep wearing my mask as long as they tell me to.
Yeah, for sure.
But goddamn, I'm sick of my homies
like-
fucking losing their restaurants, losing their bars, losing their fucking houses because they work for a restaurant or a bar.
Well, and everyone's like, I'm not getting the vaccine, zombie apocalypse. It's like, okay, first of all, would you even be able to survive if you didn't? If I was a zombie and I was coming at you, you would die. Sorry.
I personally would survive a zombie apocalypse.
You think so?
I know so.
How do you know so?
You ever seen the shooting videos I post? I'm John Wick, motherfucker.
Wow. Well, then I guess I won't get it and I'll hang out with you. I'm just kidding.
No, I like to think I'm John Wick. I'm what would you call that? A wick is thin. What's the thick version of a wick? I'm a fat guy. Anyway,
They have those like wooden candles, like with the wooden wicks.
That's
that are
me.
like kind of wide.
Yeah, that's
I just
me.
don't say. I mean, you're a wick to me. You're a normal wick.
Thank you. No, like I'm a disasterologist in every sense of the word. Like I have got a basement stocked full of fucking enough to last me 6 months, and like
Oh, you're a planner.
yes, and I've got guns. I have all the guns. Fuck you. I have all of them.
I don't.
It's fine.
Have any
But
of them?
I've got a list of homies that are like, you know, when the shit hits the fan, come on over. I'll take care of you. You get my
Cool.
address?
Perfect. I do now. So
Yeah.
look out. And I'm honestly, I would be a great asset to the team.
Yeah, because when all the women die, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm at a family reunion.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
No,
don't-
I
Fuck my
actually talked
family.
about this with Mike about the vaccine. Like the reason, this is what I believe. The reason the vaccine is scary. Okay,
Okay.
so look at Christianity and Scientology.
Tom Cruise. That's why I hate him.
We're back to Tom Cruise on this.
Ugh.
So the thing about Christianity, I'm not saying it's right, but the reason it's accepted as a religion is because it's old. right? It's been around for a long time. When you were born, Christianity was already there. Maybe Scientology even, actually, but it wasn't mainstream. The reason Scientology, people are like, ooh, that's fucking weird, is because it's new. It hasn't been around long enough to, like, go through the courses.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the flu vaccine?
Yes.
Exactly, because
Wait,
it's fucking...
no.
Get out of here. You've had it at least
No,
once.
I've actually never had a flu
All right,
vaccine.
well, you're one of the few.
But I've had like chicken pox.
But
vaccine.
exactly, chickenpox, polio.
Polio, like,
Yeah, you've had, because it's old. It's been around forever, and you just trust it because you were born into a society that trusts it.
Right, so it's like your kids are going to be like, it's just the COVID vaccine.
Exactly,
Everyone gets it.
exactly. But like the reason we don't trust it right now is because it's too new. It's the Scientology of vaccines.
It's crazy. And like,
And
many
it's
people
just-
don't get polio, by the way. So
Exactly.
shit works, I guess.
Maybe people won't get fucking COVID. You know, maybe
Watch me get polio.
don't get fucking polio, dude.
I don't think I'll get it.
There's also a hepatitis vaccine that we're given at birth.
Yep.
It's not A.
B.
Is it B?
Is it B?
B is the asshole one.
C is the one that you get randomly. I don't fucking know, dude. I've never had hepatitis. My mom did, though, one time when she was like younger, I think.
As a gay man in America, you should know your hepatitis. And I mean that.
I have a lot of research to do in the hepatitis area. I will get more to come.
That's probably the worst thing I'll say all night. But my point is like, okay, we're back to this. This is
Okay.
the reason that I think this fucking vaccine is so feared. During this whole thing, we've had two and only two mindsets that were acceptable. There's a bunch in the middle, and I'm one of the ones in the middle, but there's only two that hit the mainstream media. It's the Republicans saying that the Democrats are trying to chip you, and it's the Democrats saying that the Republicans want you to die, right? If we'd have gone about this entire thing like this, like USA, USA as an entire country, we're like, get that fucking vaccine. And then the vaccine came out, we'd all be like, both arms, fucking give me it. But we weren't like that. We were like two trains of thought. Both bipartisanship, we're both afraid of each other.
Well, just obviously like a super big divide.
Exactly. And now the vaccine's out, and we're like, well, I'm not going to trust a Democratic vaccine. And Democrats like, I'm not going to trust a Republican vaccine. The fucking scientists don't care what party you fucking adopt, you know?
Well, you know, there's everyone that thinks they're just like everyone's behind something.
Yeah. Yeah, like I can read a fucking article that I align with, I'm like, I would love that to be a fact. And I'm like, it's not a fact because I can't trust it because I fucking read it. When it used to be that if it's black and white and it's in print, that it's the truth. That's why the fucking country scares me right now.
Okay. Good to know.
Also, the second AIDS patient in the entire world was cured 2 weeks ago.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is fucking crazy. You know what else is crazy?
What?
How fucking unscripted and off the rails we've gone.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hope that it still works out okay.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. But we are going to do this.
Oh, Jesus. Take the wheel.
This is a twofer. This is something I've kind of started to do in the last just couple episodes. I hung the TV up and started pulling shit from people's socials just because I want like our viewers to get a good understanding of like who you are and where you align. And if they disagree with you, fuck them. But this one's definitely a twofer. I couldn't get two separate screenshots, so I got one big one. So I'm going to read what you have kind of posted here. I don't need facts. I'm not saying I want alternative facts. I'm not saying I'm not a fact seeker. I don't need you to get into like the AB of political science. I just want to know what you were thinking when you put this up. We'll start with the bottom one because I can see it with both eyes open.
God.
If you voted for Susan Collins, we have some serious beef. Dumb idiots. That got 84 reactions, 24 comments, and a share. Why do you believe what you wrote?
I want to just start by saying, as I've said the word a million times, I'm going to be transparent with you guys. And when I say that I could definitely educate myself on many things. But as far as what's going on in our world politically, I just thought and still think that it was just very important to vote Democratic. And I just think also, like, Susan, you're tired. Aren't you ready to take a break?
Right.
Or maybe not do it ever again at all? Like, Susan Collins to me is like you would just be like, "Hey, you should do this," and she'd be like, "Yeah, I guess I should." Okay, cool, but like not with the right things. Like oh, I'll totally. Like she'll tell you that she'll like walk your dog every day, but then like, and you'll give her $1 million, and you give her $1 million, and she won't walk your dog every day.
So is there anything specifically that she's done to hurt your community?
Oh my God. Well, she, not my community, but an ally. Like, so she was the last vote, I believe, for Brett Kavanaugh. Mm-hmm. And that to me was disgusting. That as a woman, she would be like, yeah, sure, let's put someone who is just like cool with sexual assault and like committed crimes or, the allegations or whatnot. It's just like, we have enough white men anyways. Can we maybe wait and give someone else a chance that might be better and more progressive? Mm-hmm. But I just really I didn't like that. I just feel like she doesn't know how to be her own person, and I don't know her personally, so like I don't know what she's gone through or what she's dealt with or what card she was handed in this situation.
So you feel like she's more of a vessel for bot politics than she is for somebody that stands out for her own word.
Yeah, I don't think she really gives much of a shit as long as like she's good.
Yeah,
which is most politicians. So I don't really know why it's that crazy, but I do think that like someone like Sarah Gideon would have been.
I met Sarah Gideon.
How's she?
At my place of business. She was a peach.
Was she?
You know what's funny? I had no fucking clue who she was. And in my job, you have to ask a lot of very specific questions towards the end. Not to get too specific. And she told me, what her employable position was. And I was like, I feel like I should know you. And she was like, well, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. This is what I do. Before I even knew that, just the fact that she was like such a nice person was appealing to me enough, as it were. And unfortunately, she lost her race. But yeah, she was, for the 90 minutes, 100 minutes, 115 minutes I spent with her, she was great. She had me convinced. She got my vote. Yeah, I'll say it. She got my fucking vote.
Same.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of us acted on. That's a dumb way to put it. I mean, like, I just really think it was important to flip everything to Democrat.
Yeah.
Now I just think that Trump and his followers, however far down that trickles.
Be real. Don't censor yourself.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
It's just, they're out for their own. They're out for their own. Mm-hmm. And it's just, and I'm sure people will come at this and be like, oh, Joe Biden, well, I didn't say I fucking liked him either. Right. By the fucking way.
Yeah.
But we have a better shot at progressive change with the Democratic Party, and that's what's important to me. Basic human rights. So to answer your question, I think you're stupid because you're not progressive, and you think that this woman who is clearly done enough damage, could I educate myself on what damage she has done? Sure. But that's not the point. Sure. I just don't understand like why. Like it's time for a change.
I voted Republican for as long as I've been able to vote. I voted against Obama both terms. The second term, I felt a lot less amazing about it. Mm-hmm. I think I even lied and posted on social media that I did vote for him on the second term.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. I don't think I'm like 99.9% sure I lied and said that I voted for Obama, and I did not. On his second term, and I don't think I've ever said that out loud. But whatever.
It's me. I'm like a kryptonite. Everyone tells me everything. It's insane.
That, and I've also realized how important it is to be truthful on here. I voted for Trump his first term. And I did not his second term. And I sent a lot of apologies to a lot of people that meant an awful lot to me. To be clear, I didn't vote for Biden. I voted for Harris. I'll get into that in a second.
And I think that's the majority of people.
Yeah. But I was fucking blinded by. I am a very meat and potatoes, red-blooded, country first kind of American.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If it benefits me instantly, I'm very interested in it. If it benefits my
You're only
family,
human.
exactly. You know, and I also have been a part of a very capitalist organization for a long time. You know, there's not a single part of the auto industry that's fair for all.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
It's very competitive, and you know, I started as cleaning cars, and then I was a salesperson, and now I run a whole department. You know, I hope before I'm 40, I run an entire store. And what he was saying meant a lot to me, you know, and the second year of his first term, I mean, gross pay, my gross pay did not change between his first and second year, but my net pay did. You know, and it's not because I make fucking $1 million. I don't. You know, I'm very average white collar as far as income goes, but I was high enough to where my taxes were alleviated. You know, so my insurance costs went down, and I was blinded. And it wasn't until the final year of his term where he was running again that I realized just how many people were going to be affected if he won a second term.
Negatively.
Negatively, yes, absolutely. Affected negatively. And it wasn't until then that I realized I voted against human rights. You know, it wasn't until that, like, it just, there was this whirlpool of emotions of like, hey, you've spent, what am I, I'm 29 now. So I was 25 when it wasn't until that point where you spent a quarter century saying you give a fuck about people and you voted for someone who doesn't. And I felt bad. Like I said, I wrote a lot of messages to a lot of really close people apologizing. And I didn't actually feel like my apology was accepted until Snoop Dogg posted a video that said, if you voted for Trump and his first election, you know, I can fucking understand. I can forgive you. If you vote for that motherfucker a second time, we're not good anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I realized that my vote had done some damage to some people that I really fucking cared about. You know, and I didn't vote for, again, I didn't vote for Biden either. I don't want Biden to die. I don't want anyone to die. But I hope real quick after he's sworn in, he's deemed, you know, mentally incompetent, and we get the youngest motherfucker we've had in there for a while, and she's a black woman.
Love her.
And she makes some goddamn change in this country. I voted for fucking Kamala Harris for president.
Yeah, she's
you know
incredible.
what I mean?
She's a great. I mean, there's obviously some things that people disagree with that she's done, and I mean, again, everyone makes mistakes. Well, and that's the thing too. Everyone's always like, well, Joe Biden said that he doesn't support gay marriage. I'm like, what, 20 years ago?
People change.
People change. So, and there's just something about Trump. He's just so ingenuine. And when he's like, oh, yeah, like gay people are cool. It's like, you don't really give a fuck.
Right.
Like, you don't give a fuck about progressive change. You care about the votes and the likes and the tweets and the retweets and the fucking spray tans. I'm not sure how he gets that complexion. I really don't. Maybe he just has very severe jaundice. I'm not sure.
He doesn't drink.
Well, then he has a horrible liver if that's the case, because holy shit. He looks, honestly, like macaroni and cheese. But like,
Will you still love me when I look like that?
It'll take some serious counseling.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, if fucking Bobby Kennedy would raise from the grave, I'd vote for that motherfucker. I want a young, progressive, pot smoking, fucking realist. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I want. But I also want that young, progressive, pot smoking realist to support the fact that I want to fucking own a gun. And these ones don't. You know, Biden has been very outspoken about wanting to take guns. Harris has been equally outspoken, if not more so, about wanting to take guns. And
I think maybe it's because they
God
see them
damn
as
it.
more dangerous.
If I can bury one gun in the mud and get away with it, and they can give my fucking loved ones a better life, I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
But
buddy.
I'm going to bury one gun somewhere. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear,
Yeah.
buddy boy.
Yeah. I don't want to give it all up. I'll give up 90%.
Thanks, son.
My gun is not more important than your rights, to be clear. But I just... my Glock gives me a big old hard dick.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, oh come on! I know I can do this. Do it that way. Here's another one. Senate.
We're skipping the good one.
What's the good one?
The one that was written in blue.
Oh fuck!
That one was way better than the one below it.
Yeah, you're right.
Cut that part.
No, we'll keep it. I love real shit. It shouldn't have to happen to you for it to matter to you. What was the passion behind that post?
Okay, well, you kind of just said a lot of it. Like, you care about your friends. I think I went on like definitely like a rampage, but I was getting like a lot of positive feedback from people like using my voice and whatnot. And to me, I shared that because I feel like personally I've had people in my life, and honestly I can say my family, they're kind of trashy. Love you guys, but they're not horrible people like that. They don't tell you that like, oh, that's an abomination or you're an abomination rather. But like, there are just people in the world and like that maybe that I've worked for, or you know what I'm saying, who like it doesn't affect them, so they don't really care. Which is just like a guy that I worked with. I'm not going to obviously name names, but
You can. I won't be offended. You can protect yourself, but
no, it's okay. It was a white man, straight, I guess. I don't really know. And he was like, well, you know, honestly, nothing's happened to me, so I'm just going to, I'm not too worried. No.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want to say that I assume he wasn't educated, but I mean, like, let's get fucking real, right? Like, it's pretty fucking stupid to say. And that was a moment, too, where I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I'm sitting here as a gay man, and you just said that. Like, I don't hope. That's the Scorpio in me. I want revenge constantly.
I'm a fucking Sagittarius.
Are you?
No, I'm a Libra.
Oh my God. I always fuck Libras.
Night's not over.
Nice. So I was just like, I hope something happens to you that you just feel like, fuck. Like, I never thought in a million years I would have to go through this. It's like, try being a person of color. Try being someone who's gay, because it's not a fucking choice. Like, you are born gay. I like what I like. There's no changing that. And I will be heavily affected. So when you sit there and you say, well, I mean, I'm going to be fine. It's like, what about your sister? What about your mother? And just because your sister and mother might not fucking get it too, they will get it when their rights are stripped.
Yeah, because like once you start attacking the rights of person of color and persons of different sexual orientation, like when women are third in line, it's fucking. I'm going to lay it out. It's blacks. They get attacked, and then it's gays, and then it's women.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
and gay men and women, in my opinion, have a lot in common.
Yeah.
They're both very, like, made to be, like, they're dainty, and they're weak, and they can't fucking pick up a fucking, I don't know, a heavy weight. Like, fuck off. I'll fucking knock you out. I'm kidding. I won't.
You'll call somebody that will.
Or
there's a bear you met somewhere.
Yeah, exactly, totally.
Oh fuck.
But honestly, though, like it's just like I think that's why gay men and women get along so well. It's because they both just feel that
the same objectification,
type of oppression, and just like, okay, well, we're just not taken seriously.
Yep.
It's so fucked up. Like you're not. It's like we're about to run this world, so y'all better like bow down, because like gay men and women. There was like a comedy sketch. I think it was like Amy Schumer or something funny. I love like women.
Fuck off.
Oh my God, I love women.
I can't. No, I love women comedians. I can't stand Amy Schumer.
Oh my God, I think she's. And there's some stuff I get that's just stupid, but I love like how sexual she gets and just vulgar.
Yeah.
But it was either her or somebody else. I'm not sure. And they were like, whoever made people, they were like, they made men. They were like, fuck, we fucked up. Like they don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. And they're like, all right, we'll try women. And they were like, oh my God, they're way too emotional. And they're like, all right. Let's try this again. And they made gay men. And they were like, this is the balance we were looking for.
Well, I mean, the that fucking graph with like the arms, legs, like that was supposed to be men and women combined. What the fuck's a gay?
Yeah, where's the gay is the
exactly the perfect human,
being.
Because it was like you know that one creature combined was too powerful or too perfect, so they split them, so they have to find each other. Where in combination they would make the perfect union. A gay is just the fucking best of both worlds.
Sleep with your eyes open. We're fucking nuts. We'll come for you. We know what we want.
There you go.
Yeah. But anywho, I just think it's really important to put yourself in other people's shoes. Like I've said before, it's just so fucked up to just think it's just about you. It's not. Don't be selfish.
Yeah.
There's more in the world than just your fucking gas prices and taxes and shit like that. Like, I don't even want to get fucking married, by the way. I don't fucking like marriage. Freaks me out. I don't want to hate you in a month and then divorce you and have to sign all these papers and get my last name changed again, or you'll have to get yours changed because you'll take mine. But like, don't stop. Like, who cares? I have to fucking sit in your weird ass church while you get married. You can't fucking watch us gays get married.
I mean, if you'd wear more fucking clothes when you did it. Not
No,
everyone
man,
wants to
definitely,
go
if
to
I
a
do
wedding.
get married, it's a nude wedding.
Exactly. Not everyone wants to go to a wedding with fucking leather and bright colors and unicorns and fucking smoking pot.
I'm wearing a gown.
Just kidding. That's the wedding I want to go to.
A black gown.
A black gown.
And my walk-in will be at least 20 minutes.
20
Yeah,
minutes.
from a very large staircase that I will be carried down mostly, but the
invite
illusion
me,
is me.
You can invite me 18 minutes in. And the bar better start 5 minutes after that.
Obviously, it's going to be an open bar.
Okay.
I'm not cheap.
All right, well,
I'll obviously marry a very rich man.
You can put my... you and George Clooney can put my reservation
exactly who it
seat at the bar.
Okay.
Okay. Crystal and my probably 15 children by then will be sitting at the bar.
Yeah, the bar is reserved for, your
For the
family.
Anderson family, the
Correct.
Anderson clan. Dude, real quick before we go to the next one.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about the benefit that I'm going to receive from having children as young as I did?
No.
Okay, so I am extremely young to hold the position that I have in the industry that I'm in. Okay, I'm not even 30. Most of the people that I've had drinks with after work and shit like that since I've turned 21 have been 20 years or more my senior. So let's rewind to me being 21, my closest manager being 46. It was not weird to have drinks with a 46-year-old.
No, I always fuck with old people at my work. Like, get drinks with them.
Okay.
Relax.
I wasn't fucking any of these guys.
No, that's not what I meant. You
I know.
fucking sicko.
But like, because we were both just professional young men. Because mid-40s is still a young man.
Yeah.
You know? So when I turned 41 in October of whatever year, my oldest son will turn 41 in December of that same year. So December of that year, I will have a drinking buddy built into my home.
21, you mean? You said 41.
I meant 21, thank you. My second oldest child will be 17. So I will have a drinking buddy and a DD
Driver.
built in to my household.
At the ripe age of 41.
Yes, dude. And then my daughter, let's see, so that'll be 12 years from now, will only be like 13 or 14. You know, dude, when I'm 40, like I'm gonna have the fucking coolest life.
Yeah. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, at 41, I'll have a drinking buddy. Now, granted, he's not going to drink with me his first night of being 21, but 6 months later.
You never know. I
All
took
bets
my
are
mom
off.
out on my 21st.
Did you?
I did.
My 21st birthday, my friend, one of my oldest friends, oldest as in length of friendship, not
Okay,
his physical age.
Yeah, he's not like a fossil.
No, he's early 40s, early mid 40s.
Oh, God.
At this point. No, he's 7 years older than me. So, no, he's not.
Okay, what's your point?
What the fuck is my point? When I turned 21, so like I didn't have like parents and shit. So like when I turned 21, like I had just gotten out of homelessness and like all this shit. He had saved up like a decent, I won't say the dollar figure, a decent amount of money to make sure that my 21st birthday was dope. Because he also, when he turned 21, didn't have anybody. His name's Matt Bonizoli. I will 100% use his name.
What a sweetie.
Yeah. But like we got out of work and he scheduled for me to go get a suit fitting and have it tailored on the spot and bought me like a leather fucking, like the leather jacket with like the hoodie on the inside as well for like the second dinner. And we went to 4th Street. We went to Miyake. We went to Slab. Then we went to Lion's Pride, which is no longer in Brunswick. Then Gritty's in Brunswick. Then Gritty's in Port. Like, dude,
Wow.
you can just hear the dollar figures. Fucking ching, ching. Gritty's in Portland. and then Raw Bar in Portland, and then the strip club.
How do you like remember all of these? I blacked out like immediately.
I didn't
in
puke.
Pride.
I didn't puke until like last call. I puked on a stripper.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
No, don't even. I don't even want.
She's one of my best friends now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow,
she's one of my
she's
best friends now.
very
Our kids hang out.
forgiving and very
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's again going back to that commercial. Family is who you choose. You
Yeah,
know?
no, it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's one of my closer friends still.
God love him.
Yes, Jesus Christ, he's dealt with me for a long time.
Oh God. Poor thing.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to this one.
After our giant tangent.
That's fine. I love it. It's all raw. Senate to confirm Judge Amy Comey Barrett to Supreme Court.
Amy Coney Barrett, that little bitch.
Do you want to just skip this one?
We can.
It's just Venom. Let's go to this one. I like this one.
Well, you would because there's booze in it.
Well, it's also at Legends. It's at my fucking spot. I think I'm wearing a Legends hat.
You are.
Yeah, I am. And all at work today, I was wearing the fucking blue and white beanie with the pom poms.
Yep.
It's snowing today. Yeah, I fucking love Legends. So when I met you, we were wearing masks. So I know I've met you since at least March of this year. How long were you there before I met you?
I actually worked at Legends from the beginning.
Like 2018?
Yep, I helped train the new employees that hadn't used like this POS system or
Do you use Loha?
no. We use it was Breadcrumb then. Now it's called Upserve.
Sure. I know
which
Upserve.
is I like using it a lot. But I've always also like just loved to do that. Like be that person who's like
Yeah.
I'll train everyone. I love doing that. I'm like that person that like lies sometimes. Like I'm like or like tells them that we lie. Like I'm like okay, this is what you're supposed to do, but we all do this.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm the best.
Corporate hates you.
Yeah.
There's no corporate here, but corporate would hate you.
Oh my god, I could never even work for corporate. I'd be fired day one. They'd be like, "Can you stay behind?" I'd be like,
Would you though? Because wouldn't you be a token hire in most places?
"Okay, yeah," until you get started, and they like people started saying corner, and I'm like where my next shift is gonna be at, or like I've never heard that in a restaurant.
Whoa!
Because like I can't last here. That's for damn sure. I worked at like Applebee's once, your favorite place on
My
earth.
favorite place.
And I'm not like saying that job is a joke. Do not think that anyone that hears this, but I just felt silly sometimes being like wrong side.
Yeah.
Underneath, it's like inside. Like I don't know what the where. I don't know why am I saying all these words. It's just like when you work in a mom and pop place, it's just like out of my way.
Yeah.
Or like you need to be faster.
Check your nuts. The low freezer. Check your nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Legends was fun. It was like I think kind of a slower start, but it was a new business, obviously.
Legends is like a second home to me. Like I fucking everyone that works there, I've got their cell phone number. I don't have your fucking cell phone number. We fucking Facebook.
I play hard to get.
You play hard
it's
to
true.
get.
I like to. I don't mix business with pleasure too often.
Fair enough.
So I like to be that kind of like yeah, no, totally, and then just like leave. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. Like
Well, I mean,
like
the door's locked and you're here. So where are you going?
oh shit, are you kidnapping me?
I might.
Whatever, I'm so bored.
The fifth string is now the first string.
I like to like I hate using the word regulars. Like I hate stuff like that. I like it to just be kind of like this is where I work. These are patrons. They come in here. They tip me. They're nice. I'm nice to them. So this is big for me. Like forming relationships with regulars.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you
so
taking the time out of your life.
my wicked busy schedule. Yeah.
No, but like Rick and I are gonna do an episode about music. Mike and I had one scheduled before this
Right.
unfortunate happening, and he had to work the night that I wanted to bring him in. And like so, I had this weird thing with the number 22, and the number 22 mug is taken, and I was like, bro, I want to buy one, but like I have to have like some variation, like 022 or 1020, and he was like, done. You know what I mean? And I like when even Lucas is newer, and like I walk in there and he's like, pitcher of bud, a couple Jello shots. I'm like, yes. Like I just love that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? with any of you guys, even when you were there. Like everyone just knows Matt wants a pitcher of Bud to start and some fucking wings. Like, don't ask him. You see him, just do it. And I feel like the respect is mutual, and like I've kind of it's just how I am because I love if you work at a bar, I love you. And if you fucking remember what I want, if you remember my name, that's dope. That's really cool. But I'd rather you remember what I want.
See, I do. I only remember what people want, never names.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Bartending is definitely can be very special, but also horrible at the same time.
I bet. Yeah, and I'm on my second year there, and I don't think I've ever stuck to a spot for as long as I've stuck there. And like I go to Applebee's clearly. I fucking talk about it on every episode.
Yeah, big B's guy.
Well, it's because Crystal likes it there, and I love Coors Light, and they do $2 Coors Lights for both happy hours.
Yep.
And I like Coors Light because a lot of people have water with dinner, and Coors Light, like I can drink a million of them, and it's just water with dinner.
Just water.
Like when I go to some of my other favorite restaurants, I get a fucking White Russian and a Coors Light. I got my drink and my water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just appropriate. And like the reason I'm giving you Coors, one, because I fucking buy 30 racks at a time. The fridge is full, and I have a fucking 2/3 full 30 rack there. I don't want to feel guilty about you drinking 5 waters and then going home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I feel about like Tito soda and tequila shots.
I got a bottle of Tito's in the house, buddy. Tito's is my game.
Tito's is great.
Yeah.
I enjoy vodka. I enjoy tequila.
But again, that's what I love about Legends. Like, you can get Jello shots. Like, if you see me drinking straight liquor, avoid me. You know what I mean? Because I go next level real quick. But like a little, a fucking Jello shot with, just under an ounce and some sugar.
Sure.
Couple of fucking beers out of my pitcher. Like, it's just even keel. But if I'm gonna drink a liquor drink, I'm gonna drink vodka Red Bull. Like, that's just what I fucking drink.
Oh God, I love vodka Red Bull.
Yeah, and that's the gay side of me, like.
Love to hear it.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's. What is this one? If anybody has an issue with this, please do me a gigantic favor and do some reevaluating. Happy to see the good news. So, the Supreme Court rules existing civil rights law protects gay and lesbian workers. So, at this point, this is back in June. At this point, Trump was attempting to overturn the protection of somebody being persecuted or held. Okay, if you were gay, they were going to fire you just for being gay. That's what he was trying to put back into place, and you were saying that's fucking whack.
Well, right, and like I was just seeing like I do the dumbest thing ever, and I read the comments on like the news channels that post these things, and I'm like, who the fuck is putting angry faces or sad faces? The sad faces are always like 70-year-old women with like a weird border that looks like she died, and like it's like a memorial
in memoriam of man.
Yeah, I'm like, if we were so lucky. That's fucked up, but
it's real.
But yeah, and then just like people from my high school. I went to Wyndham, so and they're just like, it's like Hickville there, and they're all just like, it's just like, again, back to our thing. It's like, what is this like? Well, this isn't the fucking Roaring 20s. Like, it's 2020. Well, I guess it is a Roaring 20s.
It's the XD Roaring 20s.
Yeah,
I can't wait to. My hair's so long, dude. I can't wait to start wearing it on my fucking forehead again. I'm emo.
You're emo?
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm a grown ass man, but my hair is also whatever. Continue.
There isn't much more to say. It's just, if you don't agree with that, then you're a fucking moron. And if anyone's love pisses you off, then you're filled with hate.
I've had too much to drink today.
Oh, so have another one.
Duh. Talking about like this derelict culture that we're, climbing our way out of. I had literally my last episode was with Brandon Dowdy, who just decked out in tattoos, and he works in HR in behavioral health and human sciences field. And he was like, when I was applying for jobs, I found myself like really covering up a lot of my like tattoos and shit like that. And my thought behind that is like, if you're applying to work for any organization that says that tattoos disqualify you, fucking run.
Yeah,
Because they're never, one, you know what, don't even run. Get hired. But the thing is, in 5 years, that's the company that's going to get left in the fucking dirt. When every other company around them is going to advance because they're willing to accept the fact that like people are changing every day.
Yeah, no.
You know, if a company is not willing to accept you because of tattoos, which is like the fucking bottom of the barrel as far as like social differences, then they're not going to accept anything else. And if they're not going to accept anything else, then they're not going to fucking go anywhere. Like that's not where you want to be. 100% not where you want to be.
Totally. I agree.
Yeah. Let's grab the next one. Ooh.
Okay.
So this definitely speaks to our most previous selection.
And like also, I know we've touched base on so many political things, so I probably have covered most of this post and why I feel that.
I feel you on that. I'll just read it and then.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, so it says, you can't tell someone you love them and then vote for someone who will hurt them. And that definitely was a big contributing factor into why I did not vote for Trump in his second campaign.
Yep.
100%. Fuck that guy. Loves all that matters. Move forward as a country. God damn. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next 4 years. Well, in a couple of days for the next 4 years. Hopefully when this episode's released, I'm not eating my words.
Oh, don't say that. You're going to give me anxiety.
I live with the constant fucking existential dread that who fucking knows.
It won't happen. It's like not even possible.
Oh God, I hope that you're right. And I believe that you're right, but
No.
there's also the survivalist instinct that says hope for the best, plan for the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just shave my head if he's still. I'll Britney 07 the shit out of myself if Trump was president again.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I think is going to happen.
What do you think you think's gonna happen?
Maybe Biden is a false prophet.
Oh shit.
That's my worry.
Well, then maybe I will still shave my head and go Britney 07 if that's the case too.
Yeah, fuck it. Might as well just shave your head and your wrists at that point. Like,
Yeah, and my bush.
Manscaped 3.0. You won't even nick your balls.
I probably will.
You probably, that's your luck. With the most advanced ball shaving technology
do
in
you
the
know
world.
what my luck is? It's like going to Aquaboggin or like any water park and just like constantly stubbing your toe on the cement.
Speaking of Aquaboggin, are you a fan of the one that's local in Saco?
Water Country?
no.
I mean, not Water Country, excuse me, Splashtown?
Yes, Funtown Splashdown.
Okay. I have a lot of memories there. You know, we always would go as like when we were younger, like 7th middle school or like sometimes high school. I actually went like a couple summers ago. And like motion sickness. Why now? I used to be able to like fucking spin.
Yeah.
And now I like look at the swings and I'm like, I need a trash can and any sort of Dramamine or something. Like I just Midol. I don't know. I have cramps now. I'm not sure. I need something. It's just so fucked up. And the fucking Excalibur, if anyone knows about it, it's fucking whiplash for like several days.
Crystal's stepfather was one of the architectural designers and builders for Excalibur. That's why I don't trust it, because I don't trust that dumb motherfucker.
I mean, I definitely wrote it 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I've written it a bunch of times. Once I found that out, though, I was like, I trust it less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, with what's going on in the world, it's like, well,
You can't trust anything.
can't take it with you. So let's just hop on and enjoy the ride, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, dude, we've covered a lot of ground, and I'm extremely thankful that you were here tonight.
I'm very thankful.
It's
to be
always good to sit across the table from an advocate, especially when it comes to a demographic of persons who I love and respect and I fight for. Of course, I want everybody to know always that every one of my episodes is about, no matter how overpowering I may or may not be in the conversation, it's about you. It's about the fact that you're here. My podcast is not going to draw views over my name. It's going to draw views over the person across the table. With that being said, how can we support you? Is there any social media outlet or anything of that nature that you'd like us to pursue?
I mean, like I'm gonna try to post some more videos of me singing and just vlogging and just talking about everything that we kind of touch base on here, continuing to be an advocate and just making sure people aren't feeling alone. So
Yeah.
I want them to be able to have that that outlet to go to. My Instagram is TonelyFans. So
Spell it out.
TONELYFANZ.
Oh, I get it. It's a play on musical tones and
No, it's a play of OnlyFans.
oh, I'm dumb.
Right. That's okay. You know,
Tonely fans.
Can't win 'em all.
Oh, because
Yeah.
your name's Anthony.
Right.
Tony fans.
yeah.
I get it now.
So yeah. So that's
quippy.
You can find me there, and thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you so much for being here. I do want to say, as we wrap up, that Anthony is interested in starting his own podcast or vlogging, as he just mentioned, and I'm going to support him 100% of the way. And I expect that any questions that you have coming up, you'll come to me with, and I will do my best to answer them. And in conclusion, I will be donating one of my cameras from this set to that. And
Oh no!
yeah, man. And
So sweet of you have to do that.
get you one of these gold microphones too. We'll do that too.
Oh my God, no!
No, I'm gonna do that.
You're crazy.
Again, thank you for coming out tonight, man.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.